Hello, everyone. Donnell Rourke. Thanks for getting ready with me. How are you doing? Here in Texas, we had a crazy winter storm that went through, and we had a whole week where my husband and I, we were actually stuck in a hotel. Well, I can't say we were stuck. We were blessed to be at a hotel because we had electricity and running water the whole time, and not everyone did, which is a blessing. But we're highly favored. God just has his hand over us and we see it pouring out daily. So we'll just leave it at that. But what I wanted to talk to you today, right now, while I was getting ready, was about now, your present moment. See, a lot of us have gone through depression in our life, some more than others. But most of us have dealt with depression sometime in our life. And when we're in that place, we just really don't see life getting any better. Really, you can't see it. And the reason why is because your mind has a really, really, really hard time future pacing. Meaning your mind can't really get that concept of tomorrow's going to be better because the right now sucks. And when you can understand that little concept that, your mind just has a really hard time doing that, you can forgive yourself for that little, why can't I just think that I'll have a better future, or it's going to get better, because in your mind's like, no, it's not, because right now it's not better. So what you have to do is you have to think about this moment as a gift. It's the present. It's the only moment that you are truly in, that your soul is in. Everything else, the past is the past. It's done. You cannot repeat it. There's nothing you can do to make that happen again. And even when I put my clients in hypnosis and they go back to different scenes, they are not reliving the scenes. They're reviewing them. They're seeing them like they're seeing them on a television screen, or on a, like they're in the movie theater and they're just watching this movie of someone's life, these different scenes that pop up. And when that happens, you can review and see it from a different perspective, because you're no longer that little 3-year-old who felt abandoned when the baby came along, the new baby, and the parents no longer spent that time. Or you're no longer that teenager who was sexually abused. Those things suck. I'm sorry they happened to you. They happen to so many individuals that I deal with and talk with. It's sad. But the only thing you can do for that is to go back to the past and heal and let go, because then you can truly be in this present moment. Because if not, what happens is we get into this down, depressed state, and then we start thinking about the past, and that past just kind of doesn't take us out of the depressed state. If anything, it makes it worse, because we relive in our mind, our thoughts, all these negative, horrible things that happen to us, that we perceived happened to us. Because that little child who, felt abandoned, felt left out, felt that they weren't loved anymore because the baby came along, was that the parents' intention? Did they purposely go, I'm just going to completely neglect this child and not take care of it? Most likely not. But that 3-year-old didn't know. That 3-year-old just wanted attention, wanted to be a part of what they knew all this time and now has changed. So we go back and we heal that 3-year-old. We let them know that they are loved. We let them talk to the parent and ask the parents, hey, why'd you forget about me? And it's amazing what happens when that takes place. When you become the person that hurts you. Sounds kind of crazy, right? But just go with me. In hypnosis, when you're having a dialogue with the herder, and when it's time for you to respond as the herder, and no, I don't do this with sexual abuse cases. You're not, the herder is not coming back. No, we don't do that. When I'm saying the herder, I'm talking about the teacher that called you stupid. The parent that said you would never amount to anything. When you go and you talk to them, you say, when you did that, that was really messed up. And see, I actually call it fuck you therapy. So when we're doing the fuck you therapy, we go through and we say, what you did, that was fucked up. And you fucked up my life. Why did you do that? And whenever they go to the herder, the parent, the teacher, most of the times the response comes back is, I just didn't know any better. I was only working with what I knew at the time, and it was wrong. Parents who, let's face it, we learn from our parents. And what we learn from our parents helps us be better parents, because our parents only can teach us what they know. And so we have to do the same. And so when our parents did something that we know now as adults, hey, that was wrong and I'm not going to do that to my child. They didn't know that then. And I know it's sad to say that, but they didn't know because they weren't taught that. Their parents didn't teach them. And there was nobody around, think about in the, 60s and 70s, really teaching them, hey, hitting your kid's not the way to go. Most of us that are in our 40s and 50s and older, if we talked the way that the kids nowadays talked, oh man, our mouth would be sewed shut from, breaking a jaw from the parents slapping us across the face, because you don't speak to your parents that way back in the day. You spoke to the parents the way the kids speak now, you got hit. You got smacked, you got hit, you got shut up. No, that messed us up. That really messed us all up, because we did not feel that what we had to say was important. We better keep our mouth shut. Kids back then were seen and not heard. Kids nowadays are seen and heard. The balance is going to happen, y'all. It seems a little extreme right now, but everyone is really starting to find out that, hey, I don't have to be a clone. I can actually be me. I am enough exactly the way I am. I love me. I'm going to be me. I'm living my life to the fullest, being the person I was created to be, instead of who the parent wanted them to be, or who the teachers or the expectations of everybody else. I give people the freedom to find out exactly what makes them happy. Interesting concept, I know, because most of us just get up in our day, go to a job that most of us hate, do the same things, come home, hopefully to somebody that we love, because that will make the daytime of going to a job that you don't love at least a little better. But the majority of the individuals, no, they get to go home to either an unhappy relationship or by themselves. Why? Because they don't think it's available to them. They don't think that being happy and getting what they want, truly want, is available to them. Drugs and alcohol, lots of drugs of alcohol, are their escape. TV, playing video games. There's nothing wrong with having a hobby that you just enjoy and you want to do and it brings you happiness. There's a lot wrong when you have an obsession, when whatever you're doing becomes more important than the everyday important things in life, like showering, um, eating proper food. And when I say proper food, I don't do frankenfoods, y'all. Come on. Stop with the processed shit. Processed food, your body doesn't know what to do with it. It just makes you addicted to it so that you go and buy it more. Listen up. The companies know what they're doing. They want you to be addicted to their food so that you will buy them. They're not there worrying about whether or not it's healthy for you. It's some real food. Real food. If it's been packaged and processed and it's not real, don't eat it. The benefits from that, oh wow. Let's see, for me alone, it took away the inflammation and almost completely eliminated my pain. I have energy that I, wake up every day ready to go. I can teach my fitness classes. That's a big one, because I had several years, almost like 4 years, where the pain was so severe, I couldn't even walk towards the end. I looked like I was about 80, 90 years old trying to walk up some stairs. It wasn't pleasant. And so just taking those frankenfoods out of my diet, fasting for 16 hours a day, drinking my 100 ounces of water. And of course, I drink my Shakeology, which love. But those things just literally changed me from the inside out. And for 2 years now, sorry, I can't talk really. I don't let it. For 2 years, I've been following the same type of, I don't call it diet, lifestyle, where I'm just very consciously living with eating the foods that I know make me feel good. And so I told you that we just had this Texas winter storm that was all crazy. And during this storm, when it was over, I got to come home, and my husband and I stopped at the store, and they didn't have any milk or water or, different things like that. But they had ice cream. My husband's like, hey, they don't have milk, but we can have ice cream. I don't drink milk. But my daughter wanted milk for cereal or something. I don't know, stuff that I don't participate in. But so he got ice cream. And I'm like, well, I'm just kind of curious. What's going to happen if I eat this ice cream? What will happen? So guess what? So I ate the ice cream the first day. It was okay. It wasn't anything like sex. It was okay. It was just ice cream. And the next day, a little tummy issues yesterday. But do you think I learned? No, because we got this whole gallon of ice cream. So I said, hey, why don't you go make me a bowl of ice cream last night? And I fast. Let me get this clear. I fast for 16 hours, maybe even a little bit longer. And I eat most of the time just one meal a day, one really big meal a day. And I always start my meal, I usually start it either with my Shakeology or with some kind of fat like olives or an avocado. I never, ever, 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 ever break my fast with sugar. Just letting you know, or carbs. I don't do sugar. Ice cream. You caught me. But you know what I'm saying? That break it with fats and proteins instead of the carbs, or a salad. If you're going to have a salad, for myself, I have to have my fats and proteins just because of my digestive enzymes. So I do the salad kind of in the middle. I was doing it before and I was having a little gut issues, but once I switched it where I'm just doing my fats or even my Shakeology first, and then I can eat my salads, and I don't really do carbs. The carbs that I eat, I have this great tortilla that is amazing, and it only has like 7 carbs in it, but it tastes absolutely delicious. So I know I went on a tangent with eating and things like that, But that's me living in the present. That's what happened when I switched my thinking of, I'm so sick. This is how my life's going to be, because this is how it's been in the past, and this is what my future looked like. Because I've seen so many people who fought the same diseases that I fought. See, my symptoms are almost completely gone as long as I follow my lifestyle. And I live in this present moment. I don't dwell on the past. If something's still bothering me, I go and I work it out. I RTT it, man. I do RTT on myself every single day. I hypnotize myself every day to work on the issues that I find. If I'm having a nagging thought, I RTT it away. If I'm having a discomfort in my body, I ask it, hey, what's going on? Why are you there? Are you getting my attention? You got my attention right now. Why are you there? Do you have a purpose? And I listen, because I'm doing it in hypnosis. I'm not consciously trying to figure it out. Your subconscious mind knows exactly why your body is reacting the way it is, why you're sick. Your subconscious mind knows it. Amazing. You're going to doctors to find out why, and they're just going, okay, here's this textbook, and this book says. But your subconscious mind knows why your body's reacting that way. And so I go and I ask it, and I listen, and then I put into action what I find. Is it easy? No. And the reason it's not easy is because it's not familiar. Do you think it was easy for me to immediately just take sugar out of my diet 2 years ago? When I did, I went cold turkey. Cold turkey. And I'm so thankful that I did it cold turkey, because I don't think I would have been able to accomplish what I did if I hadn't. I sweeten my coffee and tea with pure stevia, and that's it. Very, 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 very rarely do I eat sweets. Why? Because when I do, I want more. The beast comes out. Once I get it, my body goes, yes, we want more all day long. And then if I eat it, in the evening time, nighttime, the next morning, oh man, I want something sweet. I don't want to fast. Why would I do that to myself for something that is in my mouth for such a very short period of time? The enjoyment that I get out of eating that is not worth the discomfort and pain that it causes me for days. If I continue years, it's not the way to go. So, thanks for getting ready with me. I got a client, and I'm going to go take care of RT and some issues away with her. Bye.